Hi, welcome to the Abyss Tarot T.A.T. Today's pick a card is Spirit Animal Sunday S.A.S. So we're back again with a Spirit Animal Sunday message to see what message the Spirit Animals have for you for the week ahead. We're only doing 3 piles today. I am sick again, as you can hear it in my voice. I'm forever living sick now, right? So it's going to be a short reading just to see what the message from the spirit animals is for the coming week ahead, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at the piles. So for pile 1, we have this cute little monkey here with his Costa Rica hat. So cute. So pile 1 is the monkey. Pile 2 is the sweet little turtle here. Look at his eyes, they're so sweet. The little Costa Rica sign right there. For pile 2 is the turtle. And for pile 3, we have the baby goat. We have the cute little fluffy white baby goat for pile number 3. So go ahead, take a look at the piles. If you feel called to pick more than one pile, go right ahead. Timestamps will be down below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, the monkey, I always like to associate the piles with an element, but since we're only doing 3 piles of associated with modalities, and the modality of associated with is mutable energy. So you could be a Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius. To me, the monkey is always Gemini. It's always Gemini energy. It's a very playful energy. It's a very happy energy. It's that Peter Pan, never grow up energy. So that is definitely Gemini. Also, inner child. So I'm feeling like this week, if you selected this pile this week coming up ahead, it's like your inner child is going to be getting really excited about something or want to do something. This is kind of reminding me of like yesterday watching Amy's video from the Oracle of Lilith. Check out my girl Amy. She's a phenomenal psychic tarot reader and the Oracle of Lilith. Okay, and so anyways, yesterday her video was an unboxing video of her unboxing all her like Amazon gifts that they sent her, that the subscribers sent to her. And I love watching those videos because you could see her inner child come out and she's so excited opening gifts and she's so happy. And watching it makes you happy. Like the gift isn't for you, but you're so happy watching it. Oops, something just fell. What was that? Oh, a deck of cards. You just get so happy watching her be happy. It's just such a good feeling. It's like your inner child's happy too, watching somebody unwrap gifts. It's like it's crazy, but it's like a really good feeling. And so that's what I'm kind of getting here. This energy of like this inner child coming out, being very giddy, being very happy about something. So maybe you're going to be opening a gift or something this week, or something just that your inner child is going to be very excited about, or something excited to do. Maybe you're going to go have some fun. Maybe you're going to go somewhere, maybe a theme park, right? An amusement park, something like that. Something that, it's a happy place, right? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at your cards here, and then we're just going to pull more as we go along, which is so very interesting about the feeling of like inner child with this monkey. And you got this card here, number 8, with all these little children. Summer is filled with the flavor of nostalgia and fun. So here, maybe in the summer, maybe you're, planning the summer trip. Maybe you just booked it, you reserved it, whatever, something, right? But here, summer is filled with the flavor of nostalgia and fun. So again, it's kind of like taking a break, maybe, because when you're kids, you go on summer break, right? And you have to go to school for the summer. So maybe it's about you needing a break this coming week, or just taking some time for you. Maybe missing a day from work, or just something that is going to make you feel good. But your first card here is very interesting. This is from King Solomon's Oracle deck. And we have one of the seals here, and this is the card of giving. This is the giving card, but as you can see, it's in the reverse. This is the card of, well, in the reverse, it's like somebody being very tight, being either tight with giving anything, energy, money, just somebody that's very tight in their giving. So maybe somebody's being very tight with you, and maybe you've been very giving, and you're kind of like seeing things at a point where you're like, I'm not getting that back. I'm not getting that back. I'm not getting that. What I've been putting out, I'm not getting back. Because there's a tree, and he kind of, the way he's holding the bowl is kind of like he's, holding the bowl like mine. And this could also be somebody that's really tired too. It's in the reverse. So this could also be like being tired, like your energy is just drained, or somebody that drains your energy, maybe somebody that you need to kind of give yourself a break from, because this is the like, I feel like the pile here is talking about like getting a break for yourself and just having like that inner child moment, having some fun. And so maybe you need to take a break from somebody. Maybe somebody drains your energy and makes you feel really tired and old, right? And now you need that inner child to come out and like help you get re-energized. And look at the monkey. Look how he's laying here. He actually does look like he's like relaxing, huh? Like he's just taking a break because he's tired. I put a little butterfly here, so it looks like he has a little butterfly on his hand. But yeah, he looks like he's just relaxing, like he's laying down. And he's like, I need a break. So this is about needing a break, or you needing a break for yourself. Again, maybe you've been working, putting in a lot and aren't getting back. And you're like, I work so hard and I don't have anything. Oh, my throat's starting to close. And I don't have anything like, that I can show for it to say why I work so hard and I'm able to spend and go on vacation and do this and do that. I'm not able to do none of that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a break. We have 75 here with being alone is good, but being lonely is the worst. And this is somebody eating alone at a table. She looks kind of sad. She looks kind of down to be eating alone. And so, again, maybe this is you feeling like your energy is just drained. Also, maybe feeling lonely, or maybe somebody that makes you feel lonely, again, because this is the card of somebody being like stingy and being maybe stingy with their energy, too, is what I'm getting. And then we have 71 here with table gatherings. So yeah, so look, she's at a table. Look at that. This is card 75 and this is card 71. And she's at the table being lonely. And here we have table and gathering. Yeah, so maybe even when you're around certain people, you still feel like not included, or you feel like it's too much or too draining, or just something is off, right? I'm feeling like there's something off here to where almost you need a little break or a little separation for yourself. Okay, we'll get into the animal cards in a minute. We have 46 here with angel number 333. Before you love anyone, you have to love yourself first. Yeah, I do feel like your inner child wants you to love yourself and also give yourself the love that you've always like wanted, especially as a child, like things that you felt you wanted to receive as a child, the love you felt you wanted to get and to receive as a child, but maybe didn't. 333, this is also about like the togetherness with other people. um so again, I'm feeling this feeling of like going into a new beginning. It is 46 breaking down to a 1, so I do feel like this is a new beginning of something new for yourself, maybe like I said, something fun for yourself. And it breaking down to a 1, it's also manifesting. So you're manifesting, maybe loving someone else if you're single, but it's also like self-love, taking care of yourself more, because maybe you're like the monkey here and drained, tired, just laying there. And so it's like, you're needing to love yourself more. We have 62 breaking down to an 8. We have 71 table and gathering with 8. We have summers filled with the flavor of nostalgia and 8. And now we have this one here, which is also 8. It says some secrets are like stones too heavy to carry. Okay, so yeah, she looks like she's stressed out. Maybe she's carrying a lot of burdens, a lot of secrets. This might be you. This might also be why you're drained. So you might be revealing a secret, needing to get something off your chest, or somebody might need to get something off their chest with you, you know? And again, with this first card here, with giving and being very tight and stingy, again, this could be somebody that's been very tight and stingy with telling you something or being forthcoming about something. They've been tight-lipped, is what I'm getting. I'm seeing a tight lip with this card here. Some secrets are like stones too heavy to carry, so somebody might reveal a secret to you this coming week. Okay, could have to do about money is what I'm getting. We have 69 here. There are no secrets that time does not reveal, so this is the second card of secrets. We have 62 and 69. Okay, both cards here have secrets. They talk about secrets, so there is something being revealed this week about secrets. Okay, so like I said, this might be you, or this might be somebody that needs to get something off their chest. And then we have card number 6. Oh my gosh, 333 again. and you did have angel number 333 here, and now you have 333 again. So this week also the number 333 might be a significance to you. To me, like I said, the number 3 is always about like gatherings, being around your people, being around your soul tribe, maybe family connections, things like that. And we do have table and gatherings. So you might be gathering at a table with family, friends, people that are part of your soul tribe, and maybe somebody will be revealing a secret at this table. But anyway, so you do have the number 333 twice. That might be a number to look out for this week. It says Trinity, mind, body, and soul. You are in the zone. Express your true, authentic self. Yeah, so you might need to express yourself because, like I said, I'm seeing somebody tight-lipped. So maybe you're going to say something that you need to say, something you've been holding back on, or somebody is going to say something they've been holding back on, okay? We do have kangaroo here with fire and earth element, number 44. 44 here, huh? That's like the home life stability. It says courage. You are being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. Oh, okay. So somebody might be calling you out or trying to get you to say something that you've been holding back on. And again, maybe you're going to need to say it. Maybe you're going to say it and just, again, stand in your truth and be like, yeah, I said it, or this and that, or I feel this, or, you know, so there might be something that is revealed. Okay, we have rabbit here with number 48. Did I see 48 already here? I feel like these numbers are repeating. Okay, it's air element and earth element, okay? Sensitive soul. Straighten your boundaries and cut cords. Oh, okay. Straighten your boundaries and cut cords with all these little rabbits here. And you know what? The kangaroo hops and the rabbit hops. So both your animal cards are animals that hop. So you might need to hop away from something or someone or a situation because it says to straighten your boundaries and cut cords. There might be somebody that you might need to cut cords from, and you've been putting it off because maybe it gives you a feeling of being lonely, right? Um, but again, maybe when you're with them, you still feel alone. There's still something missing, or, like I said, it's almost like they're stingy, maybe with their energy with you or with their time with you, and they don't give what you give, right? They don't give it back. Okay, let's go ahead and just get some tarot here and see what else we have. Okay. And we have the Eight of Spring in the reverse. Look at that, which is the Eight of Wands. It says fast movement. Fast movement. Bumblebee Jasper. It's in the reverse. So things are probably been moving slow. This could also be communication. Again, holding back the communication, holding back the connection. And maybe that's what you're going to do here. You're maybe going to cut the cord, or you're just going to hold back, or, kind of like say what needs to be said and then like step away. Bumblebee Jasper. Yeah, the bumblebee makes me think of like stinging, right? Something's going to sting. So maybe you're going to sting somebody with the communication here, or that you're going to cut the communication, or they're going to try to sting you with something. But again, I feel like all of this is making you need a break here with these kids here at the beach. Maybe you'll be needing to go to the beach. Oh, too many cards. Let me get two more, please. Okay, we have the Nine of Fall in the reverse, which is the Nine of Pentacles. This is independent and pyrite. This is my single lady card. But it being in the reverse, it says independent on it. So when it's in the reverse, this is somebody that feels alone, right? Kind of like how this card is talking here about, like, feeling lonely. So this could be you or somebody that doesn't like to be without a partner, or doesn't like to be like not being in a relationship. It's very difficult for this person to be single. It's like not a life that they like. It's not something they want. They like to be partnered up. And and if this is you or this was you, maybe you're at that realization where here with this like angel number, before you love anyone, you have to love yourself first. And it's like seeing that, like, I'm not going to be with someone just to be with someone. I'm going to be with them because I love them and they love me. So it's not just about feeling that void, that emptiness of loneliness, right? Because even with them, there's still a loneliness. So there's that difference between being alone and being lonely. And this is somebody that doesn't like that feeling of like being alone, because they associate it with being lonely, and it's not the same. Oh, oh gosh. Okay, here it goes. And our last card is the 10 of Winter, which is the 10 of Swords. Painful reset. Look at that. Painful reset with clear quartz. So it's like starting on a new energy. And like I said here with the, where was it? Where was that card? Oh, with this one, the 46 breaking down to a 10, breaking down to a 1, it manifests to, a new beginning, right? It's a new beginning manifesting, especially here with, loving yourself before you love anyone. This is what's manifesting for you. So there's some changes here for you, that you're going to feel like you need to take care of yourself more and do things for yourself more. And again, instead of maybe being so giving and not seeing it, back, or just kind of being ignored or put to the side when you've been so giving. And it's kind of like, you know what I mean? You get dismissed and you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. So there's change here, especially with these two animal cards. Both of your animal cards are animals that hop. And I feel like you're getting away, like you're hopping to this next thing. You're hopping to a change here, where you're moving away from what this first card is here, which is somebody being very tight, somebody being very stingy, with food, with energy, with communication, with everything, when you've been there being giving and they've been stingy with it. And there's going to be a change here. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who picked pile number 2, the sweet little turtle here, I always like to associate the piles with an element. But since we're only doing 3 piles of associated with a modality, the modality of associated it with is fixed. So you could be a Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio. Okay, I'm getting heavy Aquarius energy actually with this pile. And then I saw an image of a robot too. And to me, Aquariuses are always the robots. They're like the robots and aliens, you know? So I'm getting the heavy Aquarius energy here. But you don't have to be one of these fixed signs. But with this little sweet little turtle here, I am feeling like maybe you've been feeling stuck, or feeling like you can't move forward in something that maybe you want to do or you want to try to do. But again, there's like a fear of not being able to do it. Or it's almost like your mind, right? It's almost like your mind creates a fear, and it makes it bigger than maybe what the reality of it is. But because of it, you don't move forward, and you can't seem to like take the next steps, is what I'm getting. um Gosh, I'm feeling like such a sweet little energy here from this turtle, such a sweet little energy, but also almost kind of like a sad energy. And it's just sad in the way that it can't move forward. It's sad in the way that it wants to progress but can't. It's almost like stuck, or blocked. And I feel like there's a lot of feelings that are like being hidden, almost like you put the feelings inside your shell and you don't, say them. And I am getting that maybe you might need to talk to someone, or, not necessarily a therapist, but maybe, right? But maybe like a friend or somebody you trust, just to kind of vent, right? I mean, we all maybe need to do that instead of hiding it and holding it in your shell here for so long. It might even help, to release that energy, because right before I pressed the record button for you, I felt an energy shift right away. Right before I was like just about to press record, I felt an energy shift. And so I do feel like there is an energy shift here for you. Um, but also you might need a little help with that. And like I said, it could be even venting to a friend or somebody. And that release of that energy that you're holding is going to also help you to kind of move forward in a new energy too. You know, once we get that energy shifting, we just kind of roll with it. We keep rolling with it. So, um, yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so your first card here is from the King Solomon's Oracle deck. We do have a pentacle here, and the card is in the reverse. It's 14 breaking down to a 5. We know 5s, changes, choices, and challenges, right? This card does talk about difficulties, and look, they're kind of like making, looks like they're making clay animals. Yeah, that's an elephant. Looks like a cat. Um, like a seal. I don't know. Looks like they're making different animals out of clay, but it's in the reverse. So this does talk about like having difficulties and doing something and maybe proceeding with it and being blocked and feeling blocked, right? Those challenges that I was just talking about here with the turtle. And this is talks about too about maybe needing to reach out to a friend, somebody that can help you, because she's making these clay figures, but she has like a friend here that's also kind of helping her mold them. You know, she's like creating them, and then the friend's kind of like molding the shape a little bit. So you might need to do that. Okay, it's in the reverse, so you're maybe having some difficulty, maybe trying to do this on your own, and you see that maybe keeping it to yourself, it's not really working. Maybe you might need to try to reach out to somebody or talk to somebody. Maybe they can help you. Maybe they got some ideas on how to go about it, something, right? But you on your own, it's just been more difficult. It's been harder to carry, right? And then it's very interesting because you did get 86 here with the fifth chakra, throat chakra. It says, I speak, color blue. So again, needing to speak up, needing to say what you want to say. You're somebody that holds in a lot, honestly. You're somebody that holds in a lot, which does give me Scorpio energy again, you know, which is a fixed sign. So again, I'm feeling a lot of Aquarius and Scorpio in this pile. It's like you just hold it in, and it's like you're being told to speak up, to go ahead and talk about it. I'm looking, is it still recording? Okay, so there's something and that you need to speak about. And then you also, very interesting, got another chakra card here. You got 84. Okay, third chakra. So you got the fifth chakra and the third chakra. Okay, solar plexus chakra. I do. Color yellow. So we have blue and yellow here. I speak, I do. So I speak it and then I do it, right? I speak it and then I do it. So your fifth chakra might be blocked because you're not speaking things. And third chakra, solar plexus, which is I do, you haven't been able to do something. So again, it's like feeling blocked and also not talking about the things that maybe make you feel blocked. We have 73 here. It says, don't go broke trying to look rich. So there could be maybe issues that you are struggling with, like with finances and stuff like that. Maybe, or maybe it's just about like keeping up an appearance. Again, I feel like it's like an energy of like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting on that poker face, and I'm just not talking about my problems. I'm not discussing them. I'm just, you know, going on about things with a poker face. So here's the poker face, right? This is what it looks like on the outside. But inside, this is what we have here. Look at this. There's quite a difference. I don't know if you can see. So this is the outside, but this is the inside. Look at that. And again, it's like trying, you know, trying to just keep up an appearance and not say anything and hold it in. Kind of be that robot, like I said, with Aquarius, kind of be that robot. Maybe trying to put the feelings away, trying to stuff them in the shell, right? You're trying to stuff those feelings in your shell and not think about them, but they're there. And then we have 16 here. Pay attention to the signs no matter how small. I definitely do feel like you have your spirit guides that are trying to help you, because when I was pulling the cards for this pile, I was feeling like a lot of spirit guide energy, like they really are trying to work with you. Honestly, your spirit guides are there very strongly, and they're trying to work with you. So they are sending you signs. So they're saying, pay attention to the signs no matter how small. And look, somebody's holding a feather. It could even be finding a feather somewhere, and that feather somehow, you know, makes you think of something, or it resonates with something that was on your mind, right? So pay attention to when you see signs or like synchronicities, or let's say you see a number, right? And think about immediately what was in your head at that moment that you saw that feather, or at the moment that you saw that number, 333, 444, whatever, whatever it was, what was in your mind at that moment? And that's where that connection is, because a lot of times we say, well, I'm seeing signs and numbers and I don't understand what they mean. Okay, what was in your head at that moment? What were you thinking about? Or what were you discussing at that moment? What were you just talking about? Maybe you could have been having a conversation with somebody, blah, 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 right? You're outside and you're just having a conversation with somebody about whatever. And then you see this feather. You see like a feather fall from the tree and you look at it and you go and you reach it and you're like, huh. Okay, so when you saw that feather fall from the tree, what were you and that person just discussing? What was the conversation about? You know what I mean? So that's where you're going to get your message there. But yeah, you're being told to pay attention because you really do, like I said, have a lot of like spirit guides around you trying to help you. They're really trying to help you out of this stuck energy. We have 74 here. There are some things that money can't buy, like manners, morals, and integrity. You might be hanging out. Look, and then especially with this card, speaking of money, right? Don't go broke trying to look rich. And then there are some things that money can't buy, like manners, morals, and integrity. Oh, and then look, we have card 73, and then the next one is 74. Don't go broke trying to look rich. And then 74, there are some things that money can buy, like manners, morals, and integrity. You might be around some people that are pretty snooty, okay? Let's just say that. You might be around some people that are pretty snooty and maybe judgmental, and maybe that's why you're the type of person that holds things in. This could be friends, family, coworkers, just people that you're around. They have this snooty attitude, and you're like, I can't tell them I'm having problems with money, or I can't talk to them about like whatever, um behind on a payment or whatever the issues are, right? And you might feel like you got to hold it in because these aren't the type of people that would understand that. And yeah, and you see that those aren't the type of people that would understand, so you might also see that these aren't your people. We have 12 breaking down to a 3 with celebration on the way. Look at that. Okay, we have celebration on the way, and these are all Mickey Mouse, Disneyland balloons. This is Disneyland here. So you might be celebrating something soon, maybe a birthday party. These are balloons. Maybe a birthday party, maybe going to Disneyland, maybe, doing something fun, kind of like pile one. They're about to like do something that is going to feel good for their inner child. And this is something you might need to do because we do have the solar plexus card here that says, I do. There's something that you need to do, okay? So celebration on the way. You might be doing something fun this week. Okay, and then we also have 17 breaking down to an 8. It says white, purity, innocence, safety, and light. Yeah, with this card here, um, definitely spirit guide energy. Again, I do feel like you have a lot of spirit guides with you. And it says safety. So they're definitely keeping you safe from harsh things, situations, and maybe you've already gone through a lot, right? But they are keeping you safe. They are protecting you from more things. And then she's holding like her hand kind of like with the heart, making that little heart symbol with her hands. So they're definitely sending you love. They're keeping you safe. They're sending you light. Look, it says purity and innocence. New beginnings here. They're leading you towards new beginnings that are going to be good for you. They're going to be safe for you. Okay, nothing that's going to harm you. They're definitely moving you, trying to help you move towards better things, away from like the harsher situations. We have 48 here with cards. It says fate. Look at that, which is the Queen of Hearts here. Okay, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, Scorpio energy. I feel a lot of Scorpio here. Scorpio, Aquarius. Could also be Leo, Taurus. Okay, so yeah, something that is fated. I feel like your spirit guides are moving you towards something that is meant for you. Okay, something that is fated for you. And it's a very positive thing because it's very loving energy with the Queen of Hearts. Very loving, very maternal energy, very nurturing. And then we have brown here with 51 breaking down to a 6 with grounding, stability, and foundation. Yeah, they're moving you towards more stability, grounding, being more grounded in your energy, okay? More positive too. This is very like positive, fast movement. Um, cinnamon sticks to me are always like the 8 of Wands. So this is very positive energy, fire energy, very quick, right? And again, things have been very slow with the turtle. He moves very, very slow. And so I think things are going to happen, at a quicker pace, at a quicker energy for you. We have number 8 here. There's a lot of 8s here for you. So there's definitely abundance. They're moving you towards more money, maybe a better job, right? Or something that is just going to get you more money. We have veil, hidden. So there's a lot of things that are hidden, um, but they're going to come down and be revealed for you. Okay. Okay. Okay, we have cat with earth element and air element. 34 breaking down to a 7. Speak your truth. Oh my gosh. And we have the 5th chakra. I speak, color blue. And then we have the cat, and he has blue eyes. Look. Speak your truth. Have strength, faith, and conviction in your voice. It has never been more needed. Yeah, this is definitely the time to speak your truth. This is definitely the time to speak your peace, is what I heard. Okay, it says speak your truth on the card, but I feel like you need to speak your peace. What is going to bring you peace? Because there's obviously a difficulty and a challenge that is not giving you at peace, where you're not at peace right now. And we have hair, earth element, 31 breaking down to a 4. A pile 1 had the rabbit, and you have the hair. Okay, very similar energies here too. It says strength. Take time to make clear decisions. Yeah, bring awareness and light to the situation. Yeah, so again, having to stand in your truth and your strength, speak your truth, and take some type of action. Here also with this here, um awareness and light to the situation, I do feel like with this card saying light, I do feel like your spirit guides are bringing light and awareness to you. See how he's even kind of looking over at her, the way I'm holding the cards? So it's like the scared little bunny, that would be your energy that's holding it in and looking to the guides, right? And the guides are going to bring you the light. They're going to illuminate things for you. They're going to illuminate your path for more clarity. Let me get 3 tarot cards for you, please. Something comforting this week is what I'm hearing. There's going to be something comforting this week. And then we have the page of fall, which is the page of pentacles. It's in the reverse. It says creative endeavor. Amber, okay? Creative endeavor. I can't even say endeavor with amber. It's in the reverse, okay? So, yeah, wanting to start something, but again, feeling stuck. And again, maybe needing to reach out to somebody, maybe somebody that is in that type of business, somebody that does what you want to do. Reach out, talk to them, ask for help. There's something definitely in your heart that you want to bring out. Like this is, you feel called to do this. There's something, it's like you feel called to do it, but you feel like you haven't been able to do it. Maybe you want to take a class in something. Maybe there's something you want to learn. Maybe there's something you want to go into, but you're like, well, where do I start? We have the 7 of fall in the reverse, which is the 7 of pentacles. This is effort, tree agate. So we have both of your pentacle cards, and they're both in the reverse. Okay, we have the tree agate also here. So feeling very stuck. It says effort, and it's in the reverse. So maybe you, again, feeling like you can't put the effort or don't know how or where, or going into this alone, it's been harder for you. So again, it's like needing, with this first card here with the King Solomon's deck, it's like needing to reach out to a friend, somebody that can maybe guide you and help you. And then we have the King of Summer, which is the King of Cups. It's in the reverse, empathetic and artistic, Picasso stone. Yeah, so here with the King of Cups in the reverse, I feel like it's kind of these people's energy here, honestly. These fake people, the facade, the people that wear a mask, the people that are like, I got it all together. This is the energy here, and this is what you're being moved away from your guides, from the fakeness. And it's kind of like needing to reach out to a real one, needing to reach out to a real friend, a real person that that does care about you, that does have a connection with you. Because here, um, it says empathetic and artistic. This is your energy. You're somebody very empathetic and artistic, and these people don't have that. They might pretend and say that they have it, but they actually don't. Like maybe even you want to do a tarot channel, let's say, and you know these people, you're probably like seeing the big tarot readers, right? They have like the huge channels, and you might reach out and say, well, how do I do it, or how do I start, and they don't even reply or something like that, right? And it's like maybe you know somebody that does have a channel, but theirs is a smaller channel. Well, maybe that might be the person you need to reach out for, because maybe these people aren't going to, like, I just feel like there's a lot of fakeness here, honestly, with these people that you might be around or hang around or work with or whatever. And the whole point I'm trying to get across here is that you need to, reach out to somebody that is real. And that might be a friend here. That might be somebody that knows you, that knows like what you're trying to do, that knows about it. And they might be able to help you or guide you or give you some form of advice on that. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you who chose pile number 3, this little baby goat here, I would like to associate the piles with an element, but we're doing modality since there's only 3 piles. So, I've associated it with Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay. Definitely the goat, right? Capricorn energy. But I do feel like with this pile, you're also the ones that initiate things. You're the ones that always start something. And we know that cardinal signs are the ones that begin the seasons. They start the season, they bring it in. So I do feel like there's something that you are trying to bring in. I'm also feeling Sagittarius energy here, which Sagittarius is a mutable sign, but I'm feeling Sagittarius here because I feel like there's something you're trying to bring in, something you're trying to create, something you're trying to do, whether it's like job related, love related, whatever. I feel like there's something you're trying to like pull it in. You're trying to manifest this, okay? But there's some difficulties here. And we know that the goat can climb those mountains like nothing. I mean, they almost like jump, 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 and they stick to the mountain like Velcro, almost like they don't even fall off. They kind of like, I don't know if it's like they just seem like they have Velcro on them and they stick to the mountain. So they're really good at that. But I also feel like you've been kind of stuck to that mountain for some time now. Like you've been on that Velcro for some time now and you haven't been able to move. Um, Also, this is your first card here with the King Solomon card. The other piles had their King Solomon cards in the reverse, and they weren't that positive meanings, right? Because they were in the reverse. Yours came out in the upright, so I said, okay, good. Finally, somebody has their card in the upright, but not so good. This is a card not so good, even in the upright. Okay, it's 28, breaks down to a 10, breaks down to a 1. And as you can see, there's a man sitting here, and he's kind of like in a veil, and it's like nailed around him, and there's a star under here, and the veil almost seems like a star too, so it's almost like he's a star, but the veil is on him, so he can't really come out. So this card does talk about kind of being stuck. It does, kind of being velcro down right to that mountain. So this has been maybe the energy that you've been in, where you've been velcro down, you've been with the veil nailed it down. This card does talk about maybe somebody keeps you in that energy. So it might not even be like the situations. This could even be a particular person that's keeping you there. It might be like a boss that doesn't like you and won't promote you or won't give you a raise. And maybe they give the new people a raise or promote them or things like that. But this is more the energy of somebody that keeps you stuck. Somebody that's purposely kind of keeping you down, or somebody like, let's say at work, they're giving you less hours, but there's hours to give. For some reason, they're giving you less than everybody else. It could be something like that, but this is somebody almost like intentionally trying to keep you on that mountain. And then we have 57 here with sometimes the solution is easier than we think. Okay, this is such an interesting card because the image that came to my head right away. I don't know if you've seen the video because it's like gone viral. So maybe, I'm sure you have. If not, look it up. It's crazy. It is a video of like a preacher on Sunday or whatever at their church, and he is telling the people there, like the workers, or I don't know what you call them. He's telling them, lock the doors, like nobody's getting out until every single person gives money. He wanted money from every donations, right, for the collection, from every single person in that room. Like, how do you hold people hostage for money like that? And even at the people up at the front that were behind him, up at the pulpit, stage, whatever. He said each one of those people was going to have to give, I think he said $100 or $1,000. I don't remember what, but it was. He said it costs to be up here, so they're going to pay more. It costs to be up here, and it's like, what? Excuse me? You got to pay for your seat in church. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. Like, how do you? And basically, it almost seemed like he was holding these people hostage until they paid, until they gave up for the collection plate. Every single person in that room, he said, was going to have to pay, and nobody was going to leave until they gave something. And here he is, this preacher wearing a Rolex watch. He's wearing a freaking Rolex watch, okay? And he wants every single person to give $100, I think, and every person up at the front $1,000 or something like that. But I was like, that is crazy. And he was basically holding them hostage. And this card just kind of reminded me of that, along with this card here of King Solomon's, seal with somebody basically keeping you stuck. Somebody close that door, because this card does talk about locked doors. So this card made me think of the preachers, saying lock those doors. And this card also talks about seeing nothing but locked doors around you, like there's no openings. But look, you better find the window, because we're going to get out. We're going to get out of this somehow. We're going to climb that mountain. So I do feel like your message for you this week is you might see locked doors everywhere, but look for that window and climb out of it, because there is a way out. Wow. Wow, oh my gosh. Your spirit guides are talking right now. Wow, there's a lot. Yeah, they're saying look for the window. Your spirit guides are saying look for the window. Okay, so we have 79 here. It feels good to be lost in the right direction. So yeah, maybe feeling lost, right? Maybe even feeling lost, but it's going to be okay. It's going to, like, just know that whatever this is, let it play out. It's going to play out, because you're going towards something better. You might feel lost right now. Like, what do I do? I feel stuck, but you're basically moving in the right direction. So it says it feels good to be lost in the right direction. So yeah, you might feel lost, but you are going to get where you need to go. And we have 38 here. Never confuse what you're offered for what you're worth. Yeah, so again, this could be like work related, money related, boss related, or maybe you do jobs, right? Maybe you're an independent contractor for something and you do jobs, but there's people trying to like lowball you. Oh gosh, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry. And there's people trying to lowball you and say, well, how about I give you this for your work? Or how about, it's like, no, your work is your work, and know your worth, right? Know the worth of your work, and don't let people lowball you or try to like chump change you. Or again, here, like I said, there could be somebody just purposely trying to keep you stuck, like a boss, somebody cutting your hours, or somebody saying, I don't need this work, or I don't need this many people at work, or whatever. But you're definitely moving from this, okay? You're moving to something new. There's something new here for you. I do see you as a person that is better at working like your own thing, maybe having your own business, than working for like an employer. So maybe this is what you're moving towards. Maybe you're going to be like, man, I'm tired and fed up of this boss or this workplace situation. I'm just going to do my own thing and start my own business, or try to figure out my own thing, because I do feel like this is what you're moving towards. Like, you might feel lost, or might be like, I don't really know about this business or really how to run a business, but I do feel like this is something you're going to be better at. Okay, we have 52 breaking down to a 7. Yeah, definitely putting work in. I feel a lot of earth element here with this pile. Angel number 999. The process of a cycle ending. Time to let go. Exactly. Time to let go, because you are moving in a new direction, even though you might feel lost. Okay. We have 41 breaking down to a 5. Changes, choices, and challenges. Beautiful people are not always good, but good people are always beautiful. And this is a realization that you have had to see with your own eyes and be like, man, these people might look good. They might talk a good game, but these are not good people. These are people that, they're sneaky, that are out for themselves, and they're not out to help anyone. We have 65 here. We try to hide our feelings, but we forget that our eyes speak. Yeah. So you might be trying to hide, you might be trying to hide the situation or what's going on, or you just might be holding it. You might be angry too. You might be sad. You might be angry, but it seems like you're holding it in. And here she's eating this big old slice of pizza, so you might even be eating your feelings right now, which is understandable. I've done that. You might be eating your feelings right now because of the situation of feeling stuck of what you're going through. And then we have 59 with angel number 777. Rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. Ooh, you're like, I've definitely gone through challenging times. And here we, with the fives here, you've definitely gone through challenging times. So rapid soul development. So your soul is developing rapidly. There's changes within it happening. And you're like, man, with all these challenges, I should probably be an ascended master by now, right? With all these challenging times and your soul developing. Hold on, you see the tag moving? So yeah, you're definitely it's like you're ascending, you're definitely changing. There's a lot of change here for you from the challenging times. There's a lot of lessons here. And then we have 79 with web cosmic plan. So there is a cosmic plan here. Again, it's part of your soul development, to have these challenging times. But yeah, so there is a web that you are in, but part of the cosmic plan isn't for you to just be in the web, but it's for you to kind of move out of it and go somewhere else. Even though you might feel lost, you're going to get out of the web and figure out what it is that you're here for, what it is that you're going to do, what it is that makes you happy, right? What makes you feel good, because it says it feels good to be lost in the right direction. What makes you feel good? It's getting out of this web, right? And we have coins with support. 38, okay? Breaks down to an 11, breaks down to a 2 with partnerships. So there's support here, partnerships. Somebody that's going to help you, okay, with coins. This could be, again, have to do with finances. Somebody trying to keep your finances down, and you're like, no, I'm gonna, I'm gonna overcome this. I heard I'm going to override this. So maybe, yeah, maybe you're going to become the supervisor. Maybe you're going to be like, I'm going to work myself up to the level of being your boss. But like I said, I do see you more as somebody that is better at doing your own thing than working with for someone. Okay, we have the antelope here, number 9. 9 again. Excuse me. It says new pathways. It's earth element and fire element. So we have earth and fire here with the antelope. It says consider whether you are happy on your current path. Look at that. Consider whether you are happy on your current path. And then here we have you. It feels good to be lost in the right direction. If you're not happy on that current path with the number 9 completion here, you're going to feel good and happy being lost on this new path. You're like, I don't know, kind of like the full energy, right? With these two cards together, gives that full energy of like, I don't know where I'm going, but I know it's going to be the right place for me. Okay. And we have number 8 with leaf cutter ant. Army of life, earth element. Again, there's a lot of earth here. Number 8, okay, the number of abundance. Ask for help, seek support, and you are not alone. See, there you go. You got this army of ants here, a leaf cutter ant, army of life. Ask for help, seek support, and you are not alone. Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Like I said, you could probably find somebody that could guide you or help you in what you plan to do, because you might be like, well, I want to have a business, but I don't know how. Try to find places or somebody that can help you instead of just continuing this cycle of being stuck, because there is change here. You are moving from it. And here with support here, and then here with the ask for help, seek support. Yeah, with coins and support, definitely there's support here for you. And then how this card says, sometimes the solution is easier than we think. Yeah, you might be overthinking. Okay, let me get 2 more, please. There we go. There we go. Okay. So the first card we have is the 4 of spring, which is the 4 of wands in the reverse. It says festivity. Honey calcite, okay? So yeah, somebody's like trying to ruin your plans is what I'm getting. They're trying to, again, it's like keep you stuck is what I keep getting. Honey calcite. Yeah, this is somebody not nice. Hmm. Could be a fire sign. Okay, and then we have the Page of Spring, which is this Page of Wands, more fire. It says adventurous, peacock, or it's in the reverse. Somebody is jealous of you. This is definitely somebody that is jealous of you. They could be jealous of your looks too. They're jealous of your knowledge. They're jealous of your looks. And they're just trying to keep you from progressing. They could gossip about your looks too, is what I'm getting. With the honey calcite and the peacock ore. It's like they gossip about your looks. And then we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. It says perspective, petrified wood. Okay, with the petrified wood here, perspective in the reverse. Pisces energy. This is definitely somebody that is talking about you. They want to keep you stuck. See how she's a marionette? How she's this puppet on the string? That's how they want to keep you. It's in the reverse. So they don't want you to progress. They don't want you to leave. This could be a company. They don't want you to leave the company because they want to keep you there and they want to keep you stuck. They want to see you, but they want to see you just be the same, be stuck. They don't want to see you leave. They don't want to see you progress, is what I'm getting here. So you need to ask for help. You need to ask for support or somebody to help you. Maybe get relocated or maybe you need to find another job or some way to kind of maybe help you. Maybe like start your own business or something like that. But there's something here that it's like you're being moved away from, being pulled off that Velcro, that mountain that you're Velcro to. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.